Hi, I'm Terri Tyler. In the early spring of 2023, I had the pleasure of finally meeting my Facebook friend John Wills. We had been conducting genealogical research on our Missouri family members. We met in Perryville, Missouri and began our long day of walking the Perryville and the Hart Cemetery. It had been a long day and John offered to buy me dinner at one of his cousin's hotels called the Drury Inn in Fenton, Missouri. When we arrived, John made reservations and he suggested he would get us 2 rooms where we could freshen up and rest a while, and we would meet downstairs at the restaurant at 8 p.m. I said I was not really dressed for dinner, my clothes were dirty and sweaty from walking all day. John pulled a red rose out of a vase in the hotel lobby and said, "Put this in your hair and wear a smile and no one will ever notice your clothes." He said there was a little shop in the hotel and he would ask someone to come up and see me. I took a long shower and was just drying off when the doorbell rang. I opened the door and was greeted by 2 impeccably dressed sales ladies from Neiman Marcus in St. Louis. My initial reaction was one of disbelief, almost thinking it was some elaborate prank, but the sincerity in the ladies' expressions quickly dispelled that notion. One of them kindly offered to help me with my makeup and the other with my hair, saying they had to hurry. 8 p.m. was only 2 hours away. 2 hours later I emerged transformed. I looked in the mirror and said, "Oh my God." The saleslady walked around me and said the dress complemented me perfectly and made me look absolutely radiant. "Look," she said to the other saleslady. "A beautiful lady with her golden and cascading hair is a true vision of elegance. Your gown," she said, "is a work of art, clung to your graceful form with a gentle embrace. The fabric, a rich shade of midnight blue, hugged my curves in all the right places, highlighting my slender waist and the gentle swell of my hips." She opened the door and said, "You have to meet Mr. Wills downstairs, but take your time." As I was walking down the hall, one of the ladies said to the other, says her gown flowed like liquid silk, and look, she leaving a trail of stardust in her wake. I wore the red rose in my hair and a smile as I entered the restaurant. John was standing at the bar looking the other way when I entered. I could not believe the restaurant was filled and every single man and woman was looking at me. I said, "John," and he turned around and gave me his hand. Then, using his best Southern accent, he said, "Miss Scarlett, you put every Southern belle into envy." Then in my best Southern lady accent, I said, "Why, thank you, Mr. Butler." He guided me to our table and then asked me if I had plans for the rest of my life. I just said, "You're crazy, Mr. Wills." There was a noise out in the parking lot and John touched my hand and said not to worry, the 101st Airborne Division just made an airdrop out in the parking lot and they all wanted to get a glimpse of me. Neither of us was aware that in the early morning hours, we would begin an adventure unlike you have ever heard before. It lasted for days and I never wanted it to end. Together we wrote a 100-page book about it. If you have an interest, ask him, maybe he will share it with you.